Welcome back to second year physics. Very good morning, everyone. So that let us will start the new chapter about a magnetism and matter. So this related to complete magnetism. And here, from this chapter, in the final examination, usually they are asking two very short answers. In the previous papers, once you check, see from this chapter, they are asking very short answers too. So now, I want to tell you about a magnetism and matter. I think everyone know about a magnetism or magnet. See, we have the substances which possess the property of attracting. The substances which possess the property of attracting. The substances are related to magnetic materials because that are possess the property. So thing is, like examples you take iron, steel, nickel, cobalt and etc. This substances shows the property of attracting. Suppose the iron particle which is kept with the magnet, therefore that iron particle or that iron substance possess the property of magnetism because of the substances allows the magnetic lines of forces. So that in that substance the domain of electrons or the electron domain is changes because the lines magnetic lines passing through the substance, no, therefore in that electron domain is changes, therefore that electrons are or the property it is possess the magnetic property if you keep with the magnet the substances. So that we can call showing the property of attraction was named as a natural magnet, which shows the property of magnetism, the attracting property, therefore we can call as the natural magnets. This is the one point in this magnetism. And here, in general, the study of property exhibited by these magnets was named as magnetism. The study of property exhibited by these magnets was named as magnetism. And here you remember we have a natural magnet, that is a magnetite we can call Fe3O4. In general, Fe3O4 is the magnetite, it is Fe3O4. So that it is a ferric oxide. So that it is possess the magnetic, it is a natural magnet which is available on the earth surface. The shape of the natural magnet is, it is irregular in shape, there is no particular shape which is available on the earth surface. So earth becomes like a huge magnetic property, possesses a huge magnetic property because which has north and south poles like bar magnet. Come to the point is, so that here by using this natural magnet, now we can prepare the artificial magnets are there. See, we can prepare the artificial magnets, see, by using the natural magnet, because the natural magnet is irregular in shape and the size is not particular, and come to the point is it is quite weak. Now let us use this natural magnet and we can prepare the artificial magnet. There are 4 artificial magnets are there. One we can say bar magnet, that is consist of 2 poles, that is a north south. Of course, I'll tell you again. And there is another one we can say needle. Yes, needle is, it is shows like this, needle will be like this. Yes, there is a north and it is a south. And there is another magnet is there, that is a horseshoe magnet, like U shape we can call, north south. Of course, we can also get like a circular magnets and etc out there. These are all related to what? Related to the artificial magnets. It is man prepared or the human beings are prepared artificial magnets are like this. But natural magnet is, it is irregular in size and irregular size and quite weak. Come to the point is, I want to say about a attractive property. Sir, what will be the attractive property? See, the thing is, if a magnet attracts a small pieces of a it's a proper like a iron particles like nickel, cobalt, etc. So that if a iron, steel, cobalt, nickel, etc., this is known as the attractive property. You take a one bar magnet. Let us will go for the first one about a bar magnet, because the chapter is completely related to only bar magnet. Mostly it is. So you take a one bar magnet. You take a iron fillings or the magnetic substances. See here actually that magnetic iron particles are a iron fillings which is placed on the magnet. Therefore, that all particles are morely it is to be attracted at the end of the magnet only. It is to be more, it is because it is to be attraction power is more at the end of the poles or end of the magnet, but it shows a property of attraction. See, that's iron fillings or it is iron particles or the magnetic materials which are attracted at the end, because the attractive property is more at the end, and whereas at a center there will be a less attractive property that we can call neutral point, because where the properties attractive property shows more at the end only, at the end there is a power is more, but at the middle there will be a less attraction properties there. So where the property of attraction is more, no, that we can call as the poles. Yes, we can call as the poles. The poles are located little inside the magnet, not exactly at the end of the magnet. The poles are little inside. See, the poles are little inside the magnet, not exactly at the end, where the property of attraction shows more. Where the property of attraction shows more, that we can call poles. Of course, it is the end of the magnet only, and the poles are located little inside, not exactly at the end. This is a very, very important, everyone. And come to the point is the minimum attractive property, where it shows a minimum attractive property at the center of the magnet, that we can call as the neutral point. It shows a neutral point is, we can say like this. Suppose there is another one I want to say, directive property. Sir, what will be the directive property? See, directive property is nothing but suppose you take a magnet, if it is suspended freely, therefore that suspended freely in a universe, I mean to say in the horizontal component of earth magnetic field. Horizontal component of earth magnetic field is nothing but a BH, that is the magnetic poles which has earth, no, so that we can call as the horizontal component of earth magnetic field. Suppose if a magnet is suspended freely, suppose you suspend it freely like this with the help of a thread and you leave it some time, therefore the north pole of a magnet, which is alliance along the direction of a horizontal component of earth magnetic field. See, the pole at the end of a magnet pointing towards the geographical north. The pole we can call as the north pole, because this is the north south of a earth. That's what we can call BH it is. If the magnet is suspended freely and therefore you leave it some time, therefore the north pole of the bar magnet, which is comes to rest in the direction of geographical north. The pointing we can call towards a geographical north. North pole of a bar magnet is, it comes in the direction of geographical north. The point we can call as the north pole. That's what we can call directive property. And other pointing geographical south is called a south pole. That being here the magnet which comes to rest like this, north and south. Of course, it is a magnetic axis, we can call as the magnetic axis. The axis is nothing but we can say north to south. There is a straight line which passing through the center of the bar magnet, we can call axis or axial point, axial or axis, that is we can call magnetic axis. The axis which makes some angle with the geographical north and geographical south, that we can call dip angle, angle of dip. Again it is there, I'll tell you, angle of dip, because that magnet will not comes to direction along the north to south, exactly in the north to south. It axis, it makes some angle with the geographical north and the geographical south. That angle we can call dip angle theta. We'll see the next one. And here one more. See, magnetic meridian. Sir, what is mean by magnetic meridian? You take a magnetic meridian is nothing but it is a bar magnet, north and south. There will be a vertical plane which is passing through the magnet. vertical plane which passing, that is imaginary vertical plane passing through its axis, when the magnet is suspended freely, that we can call magnetic meridian. Magnetic meridian is different and horizontal component of earth magnetic field is different, and here we can also call I mean to say geographical north and south, which we can say BH. But magnetic meridian is nothing but when a magnet is suspended freely, therefore through this center of the magnet, if there is a vertical plane is passing through the center of the magnet, which we can call as the magnetic meridian. So like this is about a directive property, everyone concentrate. These are the very, very important relations related to the bar magnet. Now come to the point is, I want to say about a magnetic length. So the magnetic length, sir, what will be the magnetic length? See, magnetic length, it is a 2L. Sir, what is the magnetic length? Of course, you take a bar magnet. Yes, see that the poles are located little inside where the more attraction property shows. The points we can call as the pole, and the poles are little inside, not exactly at the end of the magnet. That's what I am telling. And the distance between the two poles, which we can call as the magnetic length. See, from the center, from the center it is O, therefore the length we can take as 2L. This part is L, this part is L. From the center to one point, and from the center to one end of the pole and the center to another end of the pole, we can call as the magnetic length, which is very, very important. And here you remember, that is we can also call shortest distance between the two poles. Shortest distance between the two poles, which we can call as the magnetic length, 2L. And here the length is, you remember, the effective length is, effective length is, it is always independent on the shape of the magnet. Independent, it is independent on shape of the magnet, which one effective length is. And here it is depends only on the position of the poles. See, it is depend on only position of the poles, but it is independent on the shape of the magnet. But it is depends on only position of the poles inside the magnet. It is only depends. And here the total length of the magnet is, we can say, we can call as the total length of the magnet, we can call as the geometrical length. And it is a vector, and it is directed always, the length is always, length we can say always measured from south to north only, length we can measure from south to north only. Clear, no? The length always measured from south to north, which is very, very important. And here the total length of the magnet, which we can call as the geometrical length, that is, we take a one more. See, there is a pole north and south. This length is, we can call 2L, it is a magnetic length. What about the total length? Yes, from the end, we can say like this, from the end to end is, we can call geometrical length, or we can also call total length. So that the magnetic length is nothing but we can call 2L, magnetic length is we can call as the 2L, and whatever the total length or a geometrical length, it is we can call as the capital L. You say capital L, geometrical length is capital L, or we can say total length. And here there is a relation is there, that is we can say geometrical length is equal to capital L is equal to, of course this we know, magnetic length is 2L. What about this? You say some x, this is you say x, so that it is becomes 2x. This is the geometrical length, and there is a relation is there between the magnetic length and the geometrical length. Yes, relation is between the magnetic length and the geometrical length is equal to, that is the magnetic length is equal to 5/6 of geometrical length, 5/6 of geometrical length, which is very, very important. That is 2L is equal to 5/6 into geometrical length. Clear, no? This is about the relation between two magnetic length and the geometrical length will be, we can say like 2L is equal to 5/6 into geometrical length. And here the direction is always measured from, length is always measured from south to north only. and the magnetic length is, it is purely depend on the position of poles only, independent on the shape of the magnets. On the basis of this, I'll give you one example related to the independent of this one. You take a one one magnet which is bent in the form of a semicircle. You take like this, right? So there will be poles are located like this, and this is we can call as the like this. So what will be the length of the magnet? Of course, we can say the length of the magnet will be, this is the length r and r. So magnetic length, for this what happens, 2r, because pole to pole only we can take. So what about the geometrical length? Of course, we can say from geometrical length is the from the point, this point, yes, it is the geometrical length till this total length, no? So geometrical length is nothing but a, that is we can say semicircular circumference, that is we can say pi r, because total will be what happens 2 pi r, no, but it is semicircle, no, therefore geometrical length is pi r. That's what here you remember, magnetic length is purely depend on the position of the poles only, not related to the shape. It is independent on the shape, but it is depend on the position of poles only. This is about a, what we can say about a magnetic length. And here magnetic length is a vector, of course, it is a vector. And here you remember thing is it is the pole is always length, no, we can measure in meter, it is measured in meter, it is about a dimensional formula and units, clear? And here I will tell you one thing, if a magnet is broken, suppose now I am doing, or now you cut into different numbers in any manner, either a parallel to the length or it is perpendicular to the length. Suppose if a magnet is broken into n number pieces, sir, what will happen? If a magnet is broken into n number pieces, you take it like this, this is the magnet, north south. So if I cut like this, therefore that will be what happens, each and every piece it exists a opposite poles. You can cut in any manner, therefore it is exist a opposite poles like this. And here if I go for like this brick, see if it is broken like this, yes, of course, so that what happens, that each and every pieces exist a opposite poles. That mean your conclusion will be what, here there is monopoles are not available in the universe. Magnetic monopoles are not available. Magnetic monopoles are not available because if you break in any manner, there exist a opposite poles. There exist a opposite poles. That mean your monopoles are not available in the universe. Clear, no? So monopoles are not available in the universe. This is related to the magnetic length. Now come to the point is, sir, what will be the pole strength? Yes, you take as a side heading as pole strength. Strength means, what is the strength? Pole strength, of course, strength in the sense is a small m. See, it is a scalar. It is a scalar. We'll see what is a pole strength. Strength is nothing but it is an ability to attract or repel of another magnetic pole. Yes, of course, strength. See, I have a strength. Yes, I can take a classes. As of course, students can sit from morning 8 to evening 5. Yes, that are the strength, that are the capable. Yes, like that only, let us you take a magnetic pole strength. Pole strength is nothing but the ability to attract or repel of another magnetic pole. It's nothing but a strength it is. See, the strength is nothing but we can call as a like this. And here come to the point is, it is a north pole and it is a south pole. See, like we know in case of a charges, we have a positive charge, like we have a negative charge. Like this also in case of a pole strength, we can say it is a small m. For a north pole it is, I am saying about a north pole, pole strength is, we can say it is a positive small m. And come to the point is, if I go for the south pole, yes, for a south pole strength is, we can say it is minus a small m. One is a positive, one more is a negative. Positive will be what it is, we can call as a north pole. Negative will be what it is a negative will be south pole. And come to the point is dimensional formula. DMF is, we can say, I into L, and units. Unit is nothing but ampere meter it is. So this is about what it is, units and dimensional formula for case of a pole strength. Pole strength is nothing but once again, it is an ability to attract or repel of another magnetic pole. It's nothing but a pole strength. And here you come to the point is, it is depends on, see first one, nature of the material of the magnet and area of cross section, and third one, extend level of a magnetization. Extend level of magnetization. First one, nature of material of a magnet, so the magnetic material it is. Second is the area of cross section. Third is the extend level of a magnetization. These are the three. So the pole strength is depend on, first one we can say nature of the magnetic material, second one area, third one we can say extend level of magnetization. Sir, what about independent shape of the magnet? Of course, it is independent on shape of the magnet. So like this we can say about a pole strength and about a magnetic length, because this is about a introduction part of magnet. We should know magnet, what is magnet, what are the poles, what are the pole strength, so what is there in the magnetism, like this it is. Clear no? Now let us, I want to move to next one, magnetic moment, capital M. We can say magnetic moment is capital M, right? Magnetic moment, we can say capital M. Small m is the pole strength, capital M is the magnetic moment. Sir, what is the magnetic moment? Of course, capital M is defined as, it is the product of pole strength and its length. It is the product of pole strength and its length is nothing but we can call as the magnetic moment. Of course, it is a vector. Moment, no? We can say vector it is. And here, what about the units? Of course, we know ampere meter square, because pole strength is ampere meter, length is a meter, ampere meter square. And here a dimensional formula, it is I L square it is. Okay, now come to the point is, magnetic momentum also, magnetic moment also, it is also directed from north, sorry to say, it is south pole to north pole, like length only. See the direction, or it is measured from south to north only. It is directed from south to north, like as length. So the length also directed from south to north, like this only magnetic moment also measured from south to north only. So that the magnetic moment is nothing but it is the product of pole strength and its length is nothing but a magnetic dipole moment. We don't have a monopoles. Yes, of course. So it is a capital M it is, we can say, and also it is directed from south to north, which is very, very important. And here it is, these are the main very, very important in case of in our magnetism and matter. So if you know this all statements, then we can do the next classes in good way. So you remember and you read these all statements. One is length, one is the pole strength, one more is the magnetic moment, and directive property. What is the directive property? What is the magnet? What is the magnetism? What is the natural magnet? These are all there in this chapter. So this is about today's class, and we'll see in the next class. Thank you very much.